So welcome back to our channel. This is David once again, and if you are wondering where this music is coming from, well, you should know that I used to be a music producer, so I did that piece myself just a few years back. So let's jump right into those mistakes that are sabotaging your PPC gains on Amazon. I just wanted to do a quick video as we have released not long ago a blog post that goes into the details of those mistakes one by one, and I'm gonna show you today here 5 of those mistakes. We have listed 15 of them, so if you want to have the full list, please go and check it on the blog. The link is in the description below. So in this video, we're going to cover some of the most common mistakes that beginners especially do when they're managing their PPC, sponsor products, but also sometimes intermediate sellers do on Amazon PPC. We're not going to talk about any kind of branded products advertising. We're not going to talk of DSP. We're going to focus only on sponsor products. We're not going to go into the details of tools and automatic softwares, AI of any kind. We're just going to go through the basics and through the most common mistakes that PPC managers still do on Amazon. So let's start with the first one. It's a very common mistake that a lot of sellers still do. So what is the first mistake that you're probably still doing when managing your PPC campaigns? The first one is you're not applying a clear strategy to your Amazon sponsor product management. This means that you pretty much don't know what you're doing. You have to know why you are spending money on Amazon. What is your objective? Why you want to advertise your products? You don't just want to put your products there, start an automatic campaign and then expect sales to come, because right now Amazon is very, very competitive. So you need to have a strategy in place. Let me tell you that there are a lot of different strategies that you can use when advertising your products on Amazon, and you're able to differentiate so much your strategies and your campaigns and how you structure them, because every different strategy will have a different impact, will have a different outcome to your PPC performance, to your PPC outcome. So keep in mind, you need to have a clear strategy. We have listed in our blog post a few different strategies, for example, product launch, generate profit, discovery, research, ranking your products. They are all listed in our blog post, so I definitely suggest you go and check it out if you want to know more about which strategy you should use when starting your PPC or when developing your PPC work on Amazon. The second mistake that I still see a lot of sellers doing, oh my God, is checking your PPC campaigns in the wrong time frame. How many times did it happen to you? You wake up in the morning, you're obsessed by your PPC, you're spending a lot of money, you go and check your campaign manager, and then, oh wow, you see this very high ACOS. And it doesn't make sense because you've just optimized the day before. Now, let me tell you, it takes some time for Amazon to actually show the exact number of clicks and sales especially. Sales are shown on Amazon with a little bit of delay compared to the click and to the advertising spend. So you should be careful about that. You can wake up in the morning, check your campaigns at 10 a.m., 9 a.m., and you might see this 100% ACOS when normally your ACOS is around 50%. This happens especially if you're not spending so much money on PPC. I would say if you're spending less than $5,000 per month, less than $10,000 per month, there is a high chance that actually your data would be, let's say, not entirely correct in the early morning, because Amazon didn't get the time yet to crawl all your data, to show all your data on the campaign manager. So be very careful that you check your campaigns in the right time frame. Also, one bonus tip that I want to give you, you should check your PPC, let's say 2 or 3 times a week. This depends on what kind of strategy you're applying. And depending on the strategy, you might want to check your PPC on a different time frame. You want to check the first time, let's say on a Monday, you want to check the past 30 days. Then the next day, for example, on a Wednesday, you want to check maybe your past 7 days performance, and then you want to check again probably on Friday. You want to check the past 30 days, or you want to check again the past 2 months, or you want to check once again the past 3 or 4 weeks. So your single targeting or keyword performance depends also on the time frame where you're checking it, especially once again if you're not spending a lot of money because you don't have enough aggregated data to make a decision to actually show consistent data on your PPC. Number 3, you're probably not adding negative targetings to your PPC campaigns. This is still a very common mistake that a lot of sellers do when they're managing their PPC campaigns. You have to know that you have to add negative targetings, especially today where we can pretty much add negative targetings of any kind in any kind of campaigns. I'm not talking only about the automatic campaign. I think everyone here should know that you can add today both negative search terms and negative products to your automatic campaign. This is something that you should always be doing. So you actually instruct Amazon, you tell Amazon, you educate Amazon on what they should target your products for and not. You exclude the terms and the products that you don't want to be targeted for because they don't have a good performance, or because you know already from the research that you have done that those targetings have nothing to do with your product and not going to be profitable for your PPC campaigns. Also, don't forget to add negative targetings when you have broad match targetings. When you're using a broad or also a phrase match targeting, Amazon will actually use the keyword and will combine with many different search terms. So you want to exclude from your campaigns those search terms that are actually not delivering a good results. You probably have, with this one broad keyword, a lot of search terms that are good and a lot of search terms that are not good, and you want to get rid of those that are not good so you can definitely bring down your ACOS and you can improve your performance. The same thing goes, of course, with the product category. When you're targeting a product category, you want to exclude those products that are not performing well in your PPC campaigns. Mistake number 4, you are using and you're trusting blindly the keyword tools. Wow, I see a lot of sellers doing this mistake. Please do not fall for the keyword tools. Do not just download the data, copy and paste them. This has a double meaning, meaning that you can find terms that are not related to your product just because, you know, a tool is always a tool. They cannot understand perfectly what is your product, so you should always trim out what you don't need. Those terms that are not related to your product directly or might be there because they are somehow related to the algorithm of the tool and of Amazon, because the tools are using a similar algorithm to Amazon when it comes to finding the keywords that you should target on your PPC campaigns. But also, the tools will provide you with keywords and targetings that have a very, very high search volume, and probably all of your competitors are using those terms. So what you want to do is you want to avoid directly to target those terms because everyone else is targeting them. And especially, once again, if you're not spending that much money, if you're just starting on Amazon right now, you don't want to go after those terms that everyone else is targeting because your cost is going to be very high. You're probably the smallest one in the room and you're competing with all the big guys. We will talk about this later on when we talk about some different kind of mistake. Mistake number 5 is targeting only the terms that are converting into sales historically on your PPC campaign and on your search term report. Now, this is a very common, let's say, not really mistake, but something I would say that sellers are overlooking when they're downloading and they're seeing the data from the search term report. You see what kind of targetings are actually converting into sales, and you take them, you move them into new campaigns, you move them into exact targeting campaigns. That's perfect. You pretty much expand them, trying different combinations with different keywords that might be related to your product or might not be directly related to your product because you want to broaden your audience. That's perfect, okay. But do not stick only into those terms. We have seen very good results when we take, for example, the search term reports of our clients or of the accounts that we manage, and we actually target more specifically and more aggressively the search terms that have 100% click-through rate to our ads. Why do we do this? Most of the terms that have 100% click-through rate, they have this very high click-through rate because they don't have enough clicks and they don't have enough impressions. For example, if one search term has got 100 click-through rate with one impression, it means that they had one click. So that one time that a customer looked into Amazon searching for something and found your ad, and then they clicked that term, this means that it was relevant to their search. Now, if this happens with 2 or 3 clicks, it's even better, but most of all, you will find 100% click-through rate with terms that had pretty much 1 or 2 clicks. What you want to do is you want to try actually if those terms make sense. So you want to try actually if those terms will actually convert into sales. So you can take this, so you can actually take these terms and move them into a new campaign, into a new group, and try to be more aggressive with exact match targeting. Of course, filter out all of those terms that you know already that are not going to convert because they are not relevant to your product, and just give it a try. We had very, very good results. We had a case study where we had a 15% increase in sales. That is not bad, and the total ACOS was even lower than the average total ACOS on that account. So definitely give it a try and thank me later. By the way, this might apply to the terms that are either converting or non-converting into the sales. If you want to discover more, you should probably use the terms that are not converting already into sales, because those that convert into sales, you pretty much are using them already for some other kind of campaigns. So this was all for now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to give us a like, to subscribe, and to do all of this good stuff to increase our channel engagement and for us to give you more of those weekly videos. And if you like this video, please leave a comment below, because we're gonna come back tomorrow and give you 5 more tips of mistakes that you should be avoiding on your Amazon PPC to grow and to make more profit. Alright, I see you guys in the next video.